everybody, I'm back with another predictions video. This time I'm giving my predictions for NWA 74. Excuse me. Now, before I start, I will have to be taking a drink of water every so often. And if you hear any noise in the background, I do apologize. It's my next door neighbor that's making the noise, and I can't help that. But NWA 74 is August 27th and 28th, live from the Chase in St. Louis, Missouri. Which you can, if there is any tickets available, you can go to NWATits.com. That's NWA Tits. That's NWATIX.com. And it will be streaming exclusively on Fight TV. The pre-show will be starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific, and the main show will be starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, and 5 p.m. Pacific. And I will be showing you the card at the end when I scan through the card, but I will let you know ahead of time I did make a slight mistake when I made the card. I put when I made the central, I put the central and because I thought it's going to be, because of how they announced the pre-show matches, I thought it was only going to be a half hour for the pre-show, and I forgot to change it back to the hour when they announced it's going to be the hour, kicking off at the hour, not the half hour before. So therefore I put 30, so therefore just think it's 30 minutes prior for in your time zone. Now appearing, these 4 people is also appearing on either night 1 or night 2 of Fan Fest, which will be on both days, and you would need to arrive at 2 o'clock for the NWA Fan Fest. But all 4, as far as I know, is appearing on both nights of NWA 74. And that's Baby Doll, J.J. Dillon, Barry Windham, and Tommy Rich. Now let's go. I'll go over the Fan Fest right now, and I will add, this is the first time I ever had to make 2 pages exclusively for one pay-per-view. Night 1 and night 2. Now, Fan Fest. NWA Fan Fest is August 27th and 28th, 2022. Same as the pay-per-view dates. And like I said, arrive at 2 p.m. Eastern. Now, the first 9 people will be appearing on both nights. The last 4 will be on either night 1 or night 2 for the Fan Fest. For both nights, it's Harry Smith, Doug Williams, Camille, Trevor Murdoch, Tyrus, Jack Stane, Ella Envy, Kenzie Page, Billy Corgan. For night 1, it's Baby Doll and Tommy Rich, or as he used to be known as Tommy Wildfire Rich. For night 2, J.J. Dillon and Barry Windham. And again, I will be skating not only the card, but this page here for the Fan Fest, so you can see it yourself. But that will be towards the end. Getting into night 1, which is August 27th, 2022, starting with the pre-show, which I did have to do the pre-show a little bit differently. I normally put like the word pre-show right above the match, set off to the side, but because of how many matches there is, I had to put it on the side of the match. But the first pre-show match is AJ Canzana and adorable Anthony Andrews, the Country Gentleman. And they're taking on Marsha Rocket and Jordan Clearwater, Gold Rush. And of course, I don't have any facts to say anything to say about this match, and really most of the matches, because we don't really do any build to a lot of the matches. They just announce it and then that's it. Which I don't know why they don't do a little bit of building for each match. That's just me. I would want to do a little bit of building for each match that's going to be taking place at the pay-per-view. And if I can't do a build or enough build for every single match, let's have it on. You should only have it on for one night instead of 2. That's just my opinion. But in both men or both teams is going to be in another match on night 2. But I would have to say Gold Rush for the win here on the pre-show, on night 1's pre-show. Second pre-show match, it's Luke Hawx versus VSK. Knowing that Luke Hawx is going to be in another match on night 2 and VSK is not, I want to say Luke Hawx. The last pre-show match for night 1 is Pope versus Rodney Mack with Aaron Stevens. Knowing that Rodney Mack has been on a streak ever since being with Aaron Stevens, especially, I want to say Rodney Mack for the win. Getting to the main show, to kick off NWA 74 Night 1, Nick Aldis will address the NWA. Now, each match, before I go any further, each match will be, or is in order how I think there will be, not how they actually will happen. It's how I think it's going to happen. First match for night 1 is Chris Adonis versus Odison. This is one of the matches that didn't really have no build to it. But Chris Adonis. And of course, I'm going to go through some of the matches pretty quick. So, ignore the length of time. This is probably going to be about maybe 15-20 minutes for both nights. But I kind of doubt it's going to be 20 minutes. Next match is the Burke Invitational Gauntlet match, where the winner receives a NWA World Women's Championship match on night 2. Now, there's going to be a lot of them with them, or a lot of competitors in there, so it's going to take a little bit to read off. Samantha Starr with Baby Doll versus Kylan King versus Tootie Lynn versus Mr. Kate versus Matt the Impaler with Father James Mitchell versus Maddie versus Angelina Love versus Genocide versus Natalia Markova versus Taryn Terrell. Now, before I go any further, they announced for the Battle Royal that's going to be taking place on night 2. They announced on Thursday, August 25th, that there was going to be 2 more teams added to the match, which they have not added as of recording this. But who knows if they're going to add any more to this match. I kind of doubt it, but assuming that they don't, especially this soon to the pay-per-view. But I would have to say Kylan King. Next match, and I'm sorry if I mispronounce this name of the match, is a Bedlam match. It's just that first word. You'll see the name of the match when I do the scan of the card, which you can take a screenshot of it if you like once you get to that match if you want your own copy of the card. It's Judas, Salapau, and Gaz the Gimp, Miserably Faithful, with Father James Mitchell, versus Jeremiah Pluckett, Alex Taylor, and Danny Dills. Really? The Ill-Begotten. It's just obvious, knowing the match type and with Danny Dills being in the match. Miserably Faithful is going to win this match. It's just obvious. Next match is the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship match. It's the champion versus Kerry Morton with his father, Ricky Morton. Me personally, I like to see a new champion here in Kerry Morton. But the thing is, I do not think Homicide is going to be losing here. So I'm going to have to say Homicide. But I would love to have Kerry Morton as the junior champion. But I just don't think it's going to happen, at least right now. Next match is EC3 versus Big Strong Mims. Now this is EC3's NWA debut. So, and Big Strong Mims he's not technically a jobber, but he's like right there in the middle of being main eventer, or not a main eventer, but a regular star and a jobber. He kind of jobs out every once in a while. So I would have to say EC3 is going to pick up the win. Again, I'm going to take a drink every once in a while. Especially knowing, combining both nights, there's like 20... See, there's 23 matches combining both nights. So, next match is the NWA Tag Team Championship match. It's the champions, Doug Williams and Harry Smith, the Commonwealth Connection, versus Bestia Says and Mecha Wolf, the La Bellion. Knowing that La Bellion just lost the belt at all or at Always Ready, I believe. If not, then it was on pay per view or on Power. Uh, but knowing that they just lost him not too long ago, I do believe the Commonwealth Connection will pick up a victory and retain their titles. Next match, the NWA National Championship match. It's the champion, Jax Dane, with Chris Savino Esquire versus Scion with his father, Austin Idol. Do I believe Scion could win? Yes. Do I think he's going to win? No. I think Jax Dane's going to win and retain the national championship. Next match is Matt Cardona versus Matt Cardona's hand-picked opponent. They have not released. NWA has not released who Matt Cardona has picked as his opponent. All the fans know is Matt Cardona will be facing his own hand-picked opponent, and it's probably going to be somebody that he can easily beat. Who, I'm not for sure. Say if I was going to pick somebody that can easily beat, especially inside the NWA, it would be Roland Endo. If I'm pronouncing that name wrong, right? But who knows who it's going to be. But anyway, Matt's going to win. Next match is a tables match. It's Bully Ray versus Mike Knox. Former friends, now enemies. But Mike Knox, you're in a way you're kind of stupid. Yeah, you're big, you're strong, but you're going up against somebody that is a master of the table. Bully Ray is a master of the tables match. You think you're going to win just because you're big and you're strong? Bully Ray went up against people that was bigger than him. He went up against some people that were stronger than him. He went up against people that had both of them combined, bigger and stronger. But that doesn't mean they won. They won. Bully Ray's gonna win. I don't know how. I don't know how quick, but he's gonna win. Might take him a little bit, but he is gonna win. Now, next match in the main event of night one is the NWA World Women's Championship match. It's the champion, Camille, versus Taya Valkyrie. Now, again, the championship will be defended on night two. If you think that Camille is going to lose on night one, and then Taya Valkyrie is going to win on night two, going to retain on night two, you'll be wrong. If they was going to have her lose the title, Camille would win on night one, and then lose on night two, and that's if she did lose. I do not think Camille is going to lose on either night. I think Camille is going to win on night one. And if my prediction comes true, it'll be against Colin King on night two. Going into night two which is going to happen on August 28th, 2022. There's only one pre-show that's been announced for the pre-show for night 2, and that's Angelina Love versus Tan Terrell. Which Angelina Love is just hasn't been in the NWA so far, so I believe she's going to be picking up the victory here. Then, as first match into the main show, it's Kobe Carino versus Caprice Coleman, which I do believe he's the commentator for Ring of Honor. So I didn't even know he was even a wrestler. But it's going to be Kobe Carino. Next match, the MLW National Openweight Championship match. It's the champion David Richards versus Thrillbilly Elias with Paulo Mar, if I pronounce the name right. The champion retains. Next match, it's Mercurial versus Magic Jake DeMoss with CJ. Because of CJ and the way she is, how dumb she is, I want to say Mercurial is going to pick up the victory here. Next match, the NWA World Women's Tag Team Championship Kings Highway Street Fight match. It's the champions Ella Envy and Kenzie Page, Pretty Empowered, versus Allison Kay and Marty Bell, the Hex. I do believe the Hex is going to get their championships back around their waist, so I'm going with the Hex. Next match, Tom Latimer versus Judas with Father James Mitchell. I'm going to have to say Tom Latimer. Next match is the NWA United States Championship, or NWA United States Tag Team Championship 10-man or 12-man Battle Royal. I forgot to change that part when they changed the added 2 more teams. Because originally this match was going to be a 10-man Battle Royale or Battle Royal, but like I said earlier in the video, this match, or on August 25th, they announced that there was one, and it was at 8:13 Central Standard Time. When they announced it, they announced there's going to be 2 more teams added to the match. At the time of this recording, they did not announce the 2 teams. They probably announce it like right before the night 1 or during night 1, if not during night 2. But the teams announced so far is Jeremiah Plunkett and Alex Taylor. They'll begin with Denny Dills versus Vic Elias and Hal Collins, the Now, versus Sal the Pal, and which is Sal Renaro, versus Gaz the Gimp with Father James Mitchell, versus Marche Rocket and Jordan Clearwater, Gold Rush versus Devin Graves and Dante, Rough and Ready versus Jay Badley, Wrecking Ball Logurski, the Fitchers, versus the AJ Kazana and Adorable Anthony Andrews, the Country Gentleman, versus Luke and PJ Hawks E, versus Camaro Camaro Jackson, if I'm pronouncing the name right, and Mike Outlaw, Team Ambition, versus Rush Freeman and Brady Peters, the Spectaculars, with Rolando, versus two more teams that hasn't been announced yet. I would say Fisher's going to win. And if I do have to have a backup, it would be the Spectaculars. But knowing that the Spectaculars just got together as a team, I do not believe that the Spectaculars is going to win, but I do think that the Spectaculars is least likely to win because of them just coming together. Next match, it's Nick Aldis versus Flip Gordon. Now, this match has been announced for night 2, but because of night 1, I'm not for sure if this match is going to still happen because of what Nick Aldis is going to say on night 1. Because they did announce that on night 1, Nick Aldis was going to address the NWA. Because if you did not know, there was a tournament to see who Trevor Murdoch was going to face at NWA 74, which Nick Aldis won. But because he went online and said something, which I'm not sure exactly what he said at the moment. They said, but I forgot exactly what he said. I'm pretty sure he said something along the lines that he of course he won. He should have won. Blah 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 blah. More or less, he should have been handed to it. And Billy Corgan, the owner and president of the NWA, did not like that, so he changed it. Or he took Nick out of the match and replaced him with the new opponent, which I'll get to that match in a few moments. But if that match still happens, it'll be Nick Aldis for the win. Next match. It's the NWA World Women's Championship match. It's the champion, Camille, or Ty Bakary, and again, I believe it's going to be Camille, versus the Burke Invitational Gauntlet winner, which I believe is going to be Kylan King. The champion is going to retain. I'm sorry. I just do not believe that Camille is going to win, or not win, but lose. I do not believe Camille is going to lose on night 1 or on night 2. Next match, and it's the main event of both nights. And it's the NWA World Heavyweight Championship match. It's the champion, Trevor Murdoch, versus the Manchester Tires. With Austin Ottawa, I presume, but it wasn't announced that Austin wasn't going to be with Tires. But I assume that somebody's going to be coming out with Tires anyway. But no matter who the champion is right now, I do not believe Trevor Murdoch is going to lose this match. Which again, they had the tournament for this match to see who's Trevor's going to win. Nick Aldis has won, but because of those comments that he said on Twitter. He was taken out of the match because Billy Corgan did not appreciate those comments. So he was replaced with Tyrus, which in my opinion, he should have been replaced with one of the other three people that Trevor Murdoch faced. Because the match that he won was a fatal 4-way. So he should have been replaced with one of those four people. One of which was Mike Knox, but since he's Mike Knox was already in a match on night 1, not him. I believe one. I forget the fourth person, but the other one was Tim Storm. So why not replace him with Tim Storm? Just throwing it out there. But that's been my predictions for NWA 74. But before I go on, to do anything, as promised, scan it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up. If you want to be a hater, give it a big old thumbs out. I don't give a shit. Never have. Never will. Like the same song in the opening of the video says, "Your opinion don't matter. You don't pay my bills. I do." But don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell for more notifications. You can also add me on Facebook, Donnie Langston. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DonnieLangston5. That's at DonnieLangston5. You can go to my main YouTube channel and get and go to the header, and you'll see a link for each of those 3 accounts for Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can click those links. It'll take you directly to Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.